First of all, I would be the last person to suggest that all cultural differences and our cultural uniqueness should disappear. I just don't think it's dependent on having armies. That cultural group X, in order to maintain a separate identity from cultural group Y, has to A, spend an enormous part of its wealth arming itself against cultural group Y, and has to maintain the possibility of going to war with that group. Certainly we have diversity within the United States, but it's illegal for your ethnic religious group and my ethnic religious group to make war on each other. And I think we can aspire to that on the world stage. I have a three-part answer. That's the first part. The second is I could not agree more about economic inequality. It is the great economic and social, in political inequality too, in terms of it's more than just about how much money you have. It's about how much access and participation you have and the gift of our civilization. And one thing that, I cited all those movements that have had a great impact in recent years. I sure am reading a lot about economic inequality and hearing more and more politicians at least talking about it. And Kitty and I fly back on Monday because Kitty, my big shot radio journalist wife, is going to be covering the State of the Union. And I got a prediction for you. Barack Obama is going to talk about economic inequality next Tuesday night in his speech. It is an issue that is emerging. And I guess I would just like the final thing I will say, and frankly, this is a comment that I could direct to virtually all the questions about component 3 of my talk, because you put a lot on the table, as did Eric, but a lot of these things are very worthy challenges. This is the conversation I want to see have in the larger public space. I say again, I don't know how we're going to get to a federal republic of Earth, and I have only the vaguest notion of what it would look like. But I don't think we should just take the state sovereignty system as a permanent feature of human affairs. I don't think we should assume that because the way the world is organized today is into countries with armies that recognize no higher law and no higher supreme authority. I'm not willing to concede that that's the end of history. I think we can think more imaginatively about a higher, and I'll use this term in this Buddhist community, more enlightened form of human organization.